Imagine GE's sprawling headquarters, a fortress of corporate tradition where quarterly reports rule the day. Yet in a quiet corner, a small team defies the norms, running experiments like a scrappy startup. They're not just launching products, they're reinventing how a giant innovates. What's their secret? This paradox lies at the heart of Ries' story in the startup way, where entrepreneurial spirit meets corporate might. Big companies often feel stuck in slow motion, but what if they could move with startup speed? Rise digs into this tension, showing how old-school giants like Toyota and Amazon reinvent themselves by borrowing startup tricks. At GE, fast work started with a bold bet: 2,000 employees running tiny pilots worldwide, testing ideas fast and cheap, not waiting for months-long approvals. One team tried a new jet engine part, learning more from real-world tests than endless reports. It turned innovation from an expensive risk into a disciplined process. Rise reframes entrepreneurship not as chaos, but as a system, a management tool designed to solve uncertainty. Think of it like navigating a ship through fog with sensors and small course corrections instead of blindly charging ahead. This dynamic steering keeps companies alive and adaptive. The payoff? Companies like Amazon and Airbnb aren't just growing, they're becoming learning organizations. They turn innovation into culture, making adaptability a muscle everyone flexes daily, rather than a sporadic sprint by a handful of rebels. Building something new is a nightmare of unknowns. Rise invites us into a tech startup's war room, where they build, measure, and learn in furious cycles. This simple loop becomes a superpower for any organization ready to escape the paralysis of big bets. Remember Dropbox in its early days? Before a working product, they built a 1-minute demo video to test if users craved cloud syncing. Overnight, thousands begged to join the waitlist. That's a minimum viable product, not a perfect product, but the smallest thing to test a crucial assumption. Rise likens hypotheses in business to scientists running lab tests. Each idea becomes an experiment with measurable outcomes. This way, companies don't gamble blindly. They learn quickly whether their guesses are right or wrong, then pivot before sinking resources. The big aha: in any unpredictable market, learning is the real currency, not flawless execution. Rise flips the old script: success comes from failing fast and smart. This mindset frees teams from paralysis, turning every setback into a springboard. But what happens when startup principles leave the garage and invade sprawling corporations with thousands of employees? Rise digs into that exact challenge, revealing how to keep entrepreneurial energy alive while scaling up. Twilio, the cloud communication platform, structured itself into independent teams they call micro-startups. Each squad owns a clear mission and experiments like a startup, while aligning with the company's big goals. This freedom preserves agility inside a large company. Instead of secretive KPIs locked in boardrooms, Rise champions transparency through visible metrics. Daily dashboards at Intuit made progress obvious to everyone, creating shared accountability. It's like putting your scoreboard in the lobby where you can't look away. Leadership shifts from issuing orders to tending the conditions for growth. Rise compares this to gardeners pruning vines and enriching soil rather than demanding blooms. It's a subtle but seismic shift, empowering teams to self-organize and thrive, unlocking potential at scale. Back at GE's Fastworks, that scrappy corner now hums with the energy of a startup inside a giant. Rise big idea: entrepreneurship isn't a job title, it's a management style anyone can adopt. So here's your try this moment. Next time you face uncertainty, don't plan endlessly. Launch a tiny test, measure, learn, and pivot. Innovation is a habit, not a headache. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.